Alright, boys. Back again, and as you can see, I'm already surrounded by shit, limiting my space even further. So last night I came out here and decided, alright, I'm going to get as much done as I can. Got out of work at 5:30, I get home around 6, and I get her up in the air, and I start to pull the, this side apart. I had done this in the past, and I've seen a few other people do it, where they put something up in the hole in the A-arm, so that when the spring does pop, there's no chance it's gonna fly out and kill you. I stuck them too far up in there. Why I use these, I don't know. These are probably $60. The handle's now destroyed. I got them jammed in there because when the A-arm came down, they were too far up inside the spring. Couldn't get them out. I would have had to reset the spring. So at this point, my knees are killing me. I'm down on my knees, and long story short, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't take the outer tie rod out yet. I hadn't even taken that out. So I drove to Harbor Freight this morning with the intention of buying a pry bar. I did. That's the biggest one I could get there. Somebody showed me in a post after I posted to Foxbody Addicts that there's a 40-something inch one, which I didn't see. I wish I had looked at the post first, and I would have asked them about it. But long story short, I bought that. And of course, like most of us, when you go to Harbor Freight, you buy another $180 worth of shit too. I decided to get these just for the hell of it. Didn't want to buy them because, of course, when I decided to take a look at some videos, I found that they make a tool. The Maximum Motorsports invented a tool that is absolutely 100% genius and saves you tons and tons of time and potential danger. Yeah, but it's too late at that point. I already got this side half. I need to get the spring out. So yeah, that pissed me off. So I bought these just for the hell of it. They're $35. I realized last night that I also didn't have any box wrench or, open-end box wrenches that were, that big. I just didn't have any. All I had was sockets, which is why I have the whole rotor off and the dust shield off, because that was the only way I could get a socket in there to get the strut bolts out. Now, I decided this morning I'm going to pull that outer tie rod off. Well, like most of the videos that you see, tap, tap, she pops out. Mine didn't do that. Nope, it didn't do that. Oh, I also got these cheap knee pads. I definitely recommend these. These are great. So then I had to go back out this morning after watching somebody else's video that used a torch and then penetrating oil, then a torch, then penetrating oil, just to kind of let it, expand and then contract and expand and contract in the sleeve, and then just keep banging the shit out of it. So I banged it until the point where I was ready to go another route. And I finally decided, I'm going to give it a couple more taps. It must have contracted just enough at that point because it just slid right out. So yeah, there's that. So I now finally own a torch. I don't know how I've been working on cars this long without a torch, but I do. This is the strut that came out of it. I think it's a Monroe. I don't know how old it is. It doesn't even look that old, but that's what came out of it. And a Coney's going into it. They're over there on the bench. So I also bought a electric right angle drill to put those subframe connectors in, because from what I've seen, it's a pain in the ass to drill those holes. Bought a light. Should have bought that when I was doing all the interior shit, because I could barely see in there. Yeah, this is where we're at. And yeah, just wish I had that tool, man. I don't like doing springs. I literally sold my last Foxbody after having done the back springs and didn't want to deal with the front springs that day, and then ended up putting it up for sale and sold it half lowered. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Like most things, old. What can go wrong will definitely go wrong, and what you see is a 10-minute job on one video. Dig a little bit deeper and you'll find some videos of the not so popular YouTubers, not so famous Foxbody YouTubers, and you'll find the real shit. Because yeah, that's what's going on. And also, you'll find that they're using the Maximum Motorsports tool. I mean, why aren't we finding out about this stuff, man? LMR definitely needs to step it up with their website, because a lot of guys building these cars like myself, we love Fox Bodies because they're badass, because they look cool, because people turn their heads when they see us, because they sound good, because they're unique in a way. And but not all of us are mechanics, you know what I mean? And so, and not to mention, not all of us know about all the tools that have been invented over the last 10, 20 years to build these cars. So when I bought my springs, there should have been, hey, people also buy this with those tools. Boom, pop right up on the side. Oh, with those springs. Oh, look at that, a spring tool. Let me see what that thing does real quick. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, I'm over here with pry bars and this bullshit, and I could have had them things in 10 minutes, dude. And these old-ass bullshit spring compressors, those things don't even work. I don't even know why I bought them. I just figured if I needed them, I guess, because of the way that spring was wedged in there, I might need them. Oh, and I bought, of course, penetrating oil and some white lithium grease, and I managed to spend $180 in a matter of minutes. A 10-person first aid kit, because the one that comes in my Pathfinder was missing when I bought it, so I have a little girl just trying to be responsible. Oh, by the way, tailpipes are going. Those will be up for sale. The ones that are on this car, I still can't figure out what kind of mufflers they are. I thought after seeing Brutal's video they might be the Jones ones, but I don't think they are. They don't have that little bubble out area on the right hand side of the muffler to the I don't know, whatever. So long story short, I don't think those are the Jones ones, but they're definitely not Flowmasters. They're just kind of a look-alike. These tips, I just want the straight tailpipes, the ones that either Flowmaster makes, or I might buy the stainless ones that LMR makes. I'm not sure yet. The tailpipes are going. These wheels I got to sell. I keep saying I'm going to list them, but I haven't done that yet. Hoping these things aren't a pain in the ass, these subframe connectors. The bolts for those lower control arms, like I said in a previous video, I'm not going to deal with them. I don't think I have the patience. The supercharger I'm excited about, but obviously I'm not going to dig into that until this suspension situation is underway. So yeah, might as well get back to work. Also, any of you guys that bought deep dish wheels, just a little tidbit, figures the wheel is on the, oh no, yeah. What ends up happening is when you're driving, road debris, rock, anything gets up in here in the lip and spins as the tire is spinning and scratches the lip of the wheel. And I didn't realize that was happening until, well, I didn't know that happened until I bought these wheels from my Pathfinder. And within a matter of, I don't know, a few weeks, I found a deep scratch in the wheel. You can see that right there. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Another one. Luckily, these wheels were only $450, and this thing isn't necessarily my pride and joy. Don't get me wrong, I love this truck, but that sucks. And I've only driven this car on these wheels once. I took it out one night. Thankfully, there's none on the back wheel. How, I don't know yet because of the size of that lip. But you can best believe, and if you guys haven't already dealt with this, having deep dish wheels, you're going to. I'm going to try to see if I can get a 3M film that will run the, the circumference of the wheel, that 3M clear film, and just to see if I can save the wheel. It might be worth it, because that sucks. I don't want these things all scarred up. I mean, if they weren't black, that'd be one thing. Maybe if you don't have black, it's not a big deal. But if you have a painted lip like that, it's going to look like shit eventually. Even one big scratch just sucks. You pay a lot of money for this stuff. So that's that. Yeah, just a little side note. And my daughter's fish died. She won one at the fair, and the damn thing died a couple days later. I did everything I could to keep it alive. Went and bought a bubbler, tried to make a DIY bubbler when I realized I needed one, and it was too late to get to the store. It's been a hectic couple days. Had to buy a printer because my homeowner's insurance company went out of business. Had to sign a bunch of paperwork, and fax scan, blah blah blah. But I'm still not letting up on this thing. I am definitely going to go full throttle until I can drive it. That oil leak situation underneath is pissing me off. I'm hoping it's the valve covers at this point, because I really don't see what else it could be underneath there. I mean, it's to the point where the dude that helped me put the transmission in, the TKX in, he put a bunch of sealant around the, gasket sealant around the oil pan drain plug. And so that's not leaking. It's got a brand new low oil sensor in it, brand new gasket. I just don't see where else it can be leaking. It's got a brand new rim A seal, but it is dropping oil that bad. Look at the puddle of oil in there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Stay tuned. All right. Update. Apparently I gotta take the bottom piece of that tube off, because the tube's gonna be reused, so I'll clean it so it doesn't look like it's 30 years old. Makes me feel a little bit better. I opted for the real rubber stuff, the OEM type stuff, as opposed to that Prothane shit. I did go with the Prothane tie rod, end-link rods, end-link bushings, and these things are like plastic, man. It's crazy. I've never used Prothane before, but I guess that's what it's supposed to be like. So that's that. I checked the outer tie rod. Everything feels good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a super experienced mechanic, so I kind of just go by feel and what little bit of experience over the years. I've done some outer tie rods and even inner tie rods, and these ones feel good. I also checked the ball joint, which doesn't look to have been replaced, and I kind of feel like a dummy not replacing it. But at this point, I want to get it done. It feels good. The ball joint feels good. If it had any feel that made me question it, I would definitely go get the kit, go buy a ball joint, blah blah blah, and do it. But it feels really good. So if it needs to be done in the future, which of course it will, I'll do it. I may even end up doing a different set of lower control arms at some point anyway. But I've got all this situation taped off here because I wanted to paint the caliper. I think that's about like the third coat, maybe the fourth coat, because I went super light on the first. And of course I'm going to have to maneuver it in a bit just to get some other areas, but this is the best I can do given the circumstances. At least that's what I thought anyway. As far as how I have it all taped off and stuff like that. So I cleared out this area a bit, tried to reorganize while this in between coats of paint. This is what I'm using, and I know there's a lot of other options out there. But to be honest with you, I'm really not overly concerned with how long this lasts or whether or not it looks like a set of Brembos. I know it's not going to, and at some point I think I'm going to do the full, conversion anyway, and I'll do new calipers when I do it. I'll probably do the full conversion, the rear disc conversion, now that they're selling it again and it's reasonable. So right now I just wanted this for now, and it's a lot of work just for now, because just the prep alone in getting that caliper paintable was, it was messy. It was messy and it was a pain in the ass. So yeah, that's that. I still have some other stuff to clean up. Luckily, I've got plenty of brake clean and things to scuff up, that kind of stuff, rust situations. So, while I was in there, the inside of the frame rail looks good. So that was, I was happy to see that. The other side is the one everybody worries about, so I'm a little worried, but we'll see. This car underneath is incredibly clean, so I shouldn't be worried, but so yeah, this is just an update. I really don't have much to say, just getting cleaned up. I am running out of space though. Look at this shit. I had all my wrenches, metric, American, all laid in there nicely, but now that I had to go out and buy a set of these big boys, I have no more room. Underneath I keep that kind of stuff. Above, all the gear wrench sets, which I only have up to 3/4 inch, and of course 19 in metric, but I'm sorry, 18 in metric. definitely running out of toolbox. You might say, oh, well, what's up with that toolbox? So this isn't mine. It's actually my stepbrother's. He moved to Hawaii, he sold his home, and he asked me if I could store it for him. It's full to the gills with tools, some of which I've had to use, so that's been nice. And he also gave me a bunch of Makita stuff, impact guns, snap-on stuff. So I got a ton of stuff that he told me, just to use as I need it. So that was good. But yeah, here I am. I'm just gonna give it one more coat and then move it around after it dries and get the other sides of it and slowly start to put this thing back together. Hopefully I can get everything in. I do have the SVE cast camber plates to go in, so I should be actually doing that while this thing is drying, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's tough to kind of keep course, you know what I mean, in projects like this. So yeah, I've got these SVE cast camber plates that need to go in, so we'll get that done too. Or I have to get that done. And yeah, other than that, I think we're okay. You can tell my tone's changed a bit since the last video. I was pretty aggravated, man. It's one thing after the one thing that's really bothering me, to be honest with you. Every time I run into anything now, anything at all, whether it's just a bolt that is being a pain in the ass, or I can't get a wrench in somewhere, those rear lower control arms are just driving me nuts, man. It's pissing me off so bad that I bought those control arms and I can't put them in. Or I could if I wanted to spend the whole weekend with sawzalls and all kinds of other shit dealing with them. Because I know both sides are probably going to be a pain in the ass. And I'm aggravated with it. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. So I guess, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's where we're at. I guess I'll give you an update when it's done, because there's nothing really, nothing more I can really talk about that you guys don't already know. I'm just, like I said before, filming all this for, vlog purposes, so I can look back on it, and also, just so in case it might help somebody else. And not to mention, I know you guys like to watch it just for entertainment. I enjoy watching these kind of videos, anything Foxbody related. Especially when it's on this level. Anything when you start to get into having lifts and all that good shit, I still enjoy watching it, don't get me wrong. I love Brutal's channel and Foxcast Media and 417 Fox and all those guys. Dude with the what's his channel name? I can't think of his channel. The dude that's super tall with that really light blue vert. He's cool as shit, and I enjoy his channel. But having your own garage and, doing this stuff on the ground, that's where I, start to pay more attention, because that's more my speed right now. I wish I did have a lift, to be honest with you. If I had known that, I don't know. I have the property to do a slab and put one of those metal garages in, like Brutal did. And part of me wishes I had just done it before I started this whole project. But that's not what I did, and now that I'm, knee deep, I need to go all the way with it. I can't just, I can't put things on hold and wait for that to be done and built. I just want to drive it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll give you guys an update once I got some more progress made. What do you think of the brakes, though? Not bad, right? Part of me, I know this might sound crazy, but I might have it made, something custom for one of these spokes that is red. Maybe something that says SVE in a block style, small, big to small lettering, or some type of design, maybe a reverse design where the SVE is in black and it's just the sticker that's the outline. I really like that one spoke sticker thing, so I might do that. I may even do the Nitto white lettering, that raised lettering that you can put on here, because I think that looks pretty cool. And I also, if I go with the red accent there, I kind of want to see what red body molding, what do they call that? The body molding sticker. I kind of want to see what that looks like. It might look like shit, but I don't know. Don't know. Like, I plan on going black and red under the hood. So that would be cool. That would kind of tie that in. I mean, there's nothing really in the interior that's red, but that can easily be changed. Not to mention, it doesn't even really need to be. I don't need anything in there. It's just kind of a little flair that I wanted to have on the outside of the car. But we'll see. I don't know. As far as the hood, I'm definitely replacing this hood. I want to do a 3-inch cowl, like a Cervini's cowl, or maybe even a metal cowl. I don't know yet. I want to look into those metal ones and see if there's less body work involved, and if they're just more, all there, I guess. Because if they are, I think I'll go that route. I'm really not too much concerned with the difference in weight, being it's just a street car. And I may do louvers in the back, so that's something I've been thinking about. I understand there's 2 different types of louvers that are out there. They definitely look a lot different than the ones in the 80s, as far as how they are made. They look a lot lighter, and I think the ones in the 80s were metal too, some of them. And I noticed a couple guys on Foxbody Addicts Facebook group had them, and I talked to one guy. He said they went on really easily, and I'm thinking about them. I don't know. I'm not really 100% committed on that. As far as a wing, believe it or not, I was going to go with that Cervini's wing that sits on top of the LX wing, but nobody has it, and I can't find any decent photos of it. I found one photo from just a broadside view of the dude's car, and I need more than that to spend the money. I think things like $350. I mean, of course, I could go with a Celine, or even do a GT wing, or Cobra wing, or the Steeda wing. But I think I'd rather just keep the LX wing if I'm not gonna do any of that. I don't know. Definitely gonna go with the Maker's splitter and the Maker's pinch weld covers. I like the way those look. I went back and forth on whether or not to do the Mach 1 splitter. Of course, it's a hell of a lot cheaper, so that made it tough, but I really do in the end. I like the way Maker's splitter looks, so I'm definitely gonna go that route. And I'm getting all the windows, the tint that's on there removed, getting it retinted so that everything is just as black as I can get it. I'm even going to tint the windshield, so I think that'll look really nice. Yeah, and that'll be that until she goes in for paint. I'm going to see how much paintless dent repair can deal with that fender for now. Kind of sucks, this big scratch on there, but again, it's just a fender, so I'm gonna try not to let it drive me nuts. And there's a couple dings on the other side, but again, I'll see if I can get the paintless dent repair to take care of those just for now until I can drive it, work the bugs out of it, and then make an appointment to have it resprayed. At that point, I have to make a decision on whether or not I'm gonna keep it looking this way, because originally my plan was to do a Cobra kit. And if I did that, of course, I'd have to get rid of or body color the black molding. And do I want to keep it titanium frost? Blah blah blah. So really, I always love GTs. This is my first LX car, and the more I look at it, the more I like it. I've always liked LXs. I don't know what's drawn me to always own GTs, but I love the way the black body molding looks now. So I honestly think I'm just going to have it resprayed the way it sits. Titanium frost, have the black moldings redone, and just enjoy the hell out of it. It should be a really good grocery getter, street car. Should be fun, especially with the supercharger. I'm not looking for anything crazy out of that. I'm honestly probably just going to leave it the way it sits, 5-6 pounds of boost. I'll be happy with that. I just want the throttle response. I want a little bit more pull. I haven't messed with the gears in the rear end. I'm assuming they're the stock AOD gears, 273s. And if they are, great. Or whatever they were. No, they weren't 273s. They were 327s or something. I forget what the AODs came with, but the gears feel really good. The night I did take this out, the last night I took this car out for a whip. So yeah, I mean, I got a ton of work to do, and I'll shut up now. So let me get back to this. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for progress.